Hi guys, Devil Hunter XYZ, and in this video I wanted to give my thoughts and my overall experience with the Epic Gaming Lounge. I guess this really more applies to those who live in the Allen/Plano area in Texas, but the Epic Gaming Lounge was a place where you can hang out and game with other players, kind of come together as a community in a way. The reason why I'm talking about this now is recently I just found out that the Epic Gaming Lounge was closed, permanently. And yes, I know technically it'd been closed since last October, but it wasn't until recently I found out about it. And what was even more sad is the fact that I actually live pretty close to where it was. It's just a few minutes away from where I live. Well, I didn't know about Epic, even though I lived really close to it. It wasn't until my friend took me to the place one time, like maybe a couple of months after it opened up. And, I do admit it was a pretty impressive place. They had a lot of consoles, new and old. They had a bunch of computers, monitors, projectors. There's a place where you can actually do like card and board games, and they had like a small cafe area for food and whatnot. And, I remember even meeting the owner, Shane, for a little bit, kind of giving his thoughts as to the whole purpose of Epic. And, essentially it was just to bring together the gaming community as one. And, I did respect that ideal, trying to bring the community together. But, not to sound negative, I just kind of felt like it really wasn't going to work out too well. If you think about the community nowadays, how the gaming is, you have to spend money for like online services like Xbox Live and PlayStation Plus, and then you're having to spend more money on the games themselves. That's like at least $60. And, it's just who really want to spend more money to go to a place to game with other players, At that rate, it just kind of seemed a little unnecessary. And considering the fact you could actually game anywhere, you can go to someone's house and game, you can set up like LAN parties and whatnot. I respected his ideals, but I just think he probably should have looked into more on how the community was. And unfortunately, they had to bankrupt last October, and they had to sell all the stuff they had. Well, I would like to say that Epic left on a good note, but unfortunately, they kind of left a bad impression on the gaming community. Because of the incident that happened at the Dallas 10K last August. And, from what I've read, I'm not sure if how accurate this is, but from what I've read, Epic hosted a competition out in Dallas, and it was sponsored by Verizon. And essentially at the time there was like 4 tournaments going on at once. There was one for Mortal Kombat X, Ultra Street Fighter 4, Super Smash Brothers, and I think it was Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. And winners of each of those tournaments was gonna get like $10,000 cash prizes. And unfortunately, when the tournament ended, the winners only got like fraction of the winnings, like roughly about like 25%. And apparently Shane had he claims he had an email from Verizon saying that they were going to pay off the rest of the winnings for the for the winners. And of course Verizon said that they had no agreement to that they were only in charge of providing the location and the online services, and that all the winnings had to come from Epic themselves. And it was just kind of a lot of back and forth misinformation, and in general just the competing players were just kind of outraged about not getting the winnings that they promised. And they were going against Verizon. Some were going against Verizon, some were going against the Epic, and just a lot of bad things going on with that. And I think in general this could have been avoided altogether if, for one thing, Shane, the owner, could have had like a written agreement with Verizon, and actually stated as to who was going to actually pay for what. But I think at the same time, I think Epic just made a poor business decision as to trying to get people to come to the competition and promising stuff that they clearly didn't have. I have a feeling that Shane was trying to promote a competition and hoping to get a lot of people by saying there's going to be a big cash prize, and hoping to gather as much money as they can through entry fees and whatnot. And I mean, that's pretty much what they had to use to pay off as much as they could, all the entry fee, and yeah, it just didn't really work out too well. And I mean, in my opinion, I just think Epic was just did a lot of assumptions without really knowing too much on how business works. I mean, it was an interesting place when it comes to gaming, but as for like a business standpoint, they just needed work running a business, and which I think that's why they ultimately failed in the end. And of course, as of now, there are some people who are still kind of complaining not getting the money, but at this point, there's no point in complaining. I mean, the Epic no longer exists. There's no way you can get your money back. I think it's one of those times where you just have to just move on and accept what it is. And I do feel bad for Shane, and who knows, maybe in the future he could reopen a new lounge and hopefully not make the same bad decisions he did before. Well, it is what it is, I guess. It's kind of a shame that I never got a chance to really game over there for a little bit. I mean, there's really nothing left. I mean, even the website's down. I mean, you just have a website to kind of describe like the cost. You can pay by like the hour, the week, the month. They even had like something about a summer program where you can actually. I think they taught you how to do Photoshop, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, but unfortunately the site's down. I think you can still find a few YouTube videos from other people who interviewed Shane at the time, and I think they still have their channel up, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, but that's all that's left of Epic, and I don't know. Hopefully, maybe in the future there could be a better gaming lounge, at least around this area. Well, this is Devil Hunter XYZ, and until next time.